I'm a Jolly Phonics trainer, and at my language center, we do not use the Jolly Phonics student books. Did I get your attention yet? It's true. At Wordplay English Language Center, we do not use the Jolly Phonics students books. Why don't we use these books? I get this question a lot, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I just want to point out that recently, Jolly Phonics has updated these books. They used to be old, boring, and ugly. Now they are beautiful, they are colorful, they are interesting. So I'm really happy that Jolly Phonics has updated these books. But here are the reasons at Wordplay we do not use the Jolly Phonics student books. The first reason that we do not use these student books is that they are busy. In an international setting where students are in international school learning English for 8 hours a day, a book like this is great. However, when you're in a language center and your time is limited to just 3 hours a week, 2 days a week, 1.5 hours each time, and you want to get as much accomplished as you can, looking at a book with all of this information is just too much. As an English language learner, I don't really know where to look. With the instructions all in English, it makes it very hard for them, if not impossible, to understand by themselves, and they're going to need a lot of support from their teacher. A lot of time is wasted getting the workbook done, and you're not spending time on the most important part of the class, reading the words. The next reason we don't use these student books at Wordplay is because there are just some words that don't make sense. For example, in Jolly Phonics, the letter O says ah, but in this word, it says ah. Now, O can say ah and ah in English. However, this pronunciation of ah is from British English. In American English, most of the time, the letter O says ah. So in our American Jolly Phonics, we teach O says ah. If you're doing British Jolly Phonics, they would always teach that the O says ah. They don't have a different pronunciation. This can be very confusing because our children at Wordplay would read this word with the red rectangle around it as soft, soft, and that would not be correct because the correct pronunciation is soft, soft. Now again, it's not wrong, but it is a different way to pronounce the word. Maybe on the East Coast in the United States, you would hear soft, but we don't really speak or read that way. So there are a handful of words throughout the books that can create confusion, and we don't want confusion when we're working with young English language learners. That is why at Wordplay, we focus on the words. Here's an example of one of the many flashcards we have at Wordplay. You'll notice that the consonants are red, the vowels are blue, there's a sound dot under each sound. One dot means that letter makes one sound. It's clean, it's engaging, it's a nice font, the same font that Jolly Phonics uses, and it's easy to understand. At Wordplay, we don't use the books because we are focused on these words. In an 1.5-hour lesson at Wordplay, students see anywhere from 15 to 20 words on the board, and they don't see images that distract them. They don't see English instructions that distract them. Very little time in a phonics class is spent explaining things to the students because once you start taking phonics at Wordplay, it's a routine that the students get used to very quickly and the teachers get used to very quickly. So very little time is wasted translating instructions and ideas. That is why at Wordplay, we focus on the words. Please understand again, the new Jolly Phonics books are beautiful. There is a place for them, in my opinion, more in an international school setting where you're studying English 8 hours a day and you have time to really dig into those resources. But if your time is limited and you're spending a lot of money to have your child learn English and you want to learn as quickly as you can and you want to read as fast as you can to get ready for those international environments like Concordia or Eunice, this is the way to read the words nice and clean on the flashcards, as few distractions as possible. This is Teacher Keith, and that was why we don't use the Jolly Phonics student books here at Wordplay. Thank you for watching and following along.